dear boy, I bet in love on a snowy day. I'll be yours forever as long as you be mine.
While others faded, they stayed, not chasing trends, not chasing time, just purity, always. 14 years, one name, and that is Apink. When Apink debuted on April 19, 2011, the timing seemed all wrong. Girls' Generation ruled the charts with sophisticated concepts. Wonder Girls dominated with mature themes. The industry had moved past innocent concepts, declaring them outdated and unmarketable. But Apink walked straight into that narrative and shattered it. Their debut showcase featured 7 fresh faces. While other companies pushed their girl groups towards sexy, mature concepts, Plan A Entertainment made a radical choice: pure innocence in an industry that had forgotten what that meant. I Don't Know introduced the world to something the K-pop landscape desperately needed but didn't realize it missed: clean harmonies, genuine smiles, a concept that felt authentic rather than manufactured. The song didn't top charts immediately, but it planted something deeper, a longing for sincerity in an increasingly polished industry. My followed, cementing their position as the antithesis of everything trending. Where others chased shock value, Apink chose sweetness. Where others pursued edgy concepts, they embraced the purity that made them stand out in a sea of similar-sounding groups. But the real test came with member changes. In April 2013, Hayoung left to focus on her studies, a departure that could have destabilized the group's chemistry entirely. Instead of scrambling to replace her, Apink chose to continue as 6. The decision proved their bond ran deeper than business arrangements. Then came NoNoNo in July 2013, and everything changed. The track peaked at number 2 on the Billboard K-pop Hot 100, but more importantly, it became the anthem that proved innocent concepts could dominate just as powerfully as any mature theme. The choreography combined playful movements with sharp precision. The melody lodged itself in listeners' minds and refused to leave. Most significantly, NoNoNo established Apink as the undisputed queens of the pure concept. The song did more than just chart well, it created a new category. Other groups started incorporating innocent elements into their concepts, trying to capture what Apink had mastered naturally. 2014 became Apink's year of strategic brilliance. Mr. Chu arrived with a tennis-themed music video that seemed almost absurd on paper, but became pure magic in execution. The track showcased their vocal growth while maintaining their signature innocence. More importantly, it proved Apink could evolve their sound without abandoning their identity. The tennis concept spawned countless parodies, variety show appearances, and cemented them as the queens of both music and entertainment. They had mastered something few groups achieve, becoming genuinely likable personalities beyond their musical output. Love followed later that year, introducing a winter ballad concept that displayed their emotional range. The song proved they could handle more complex themes while keeping their pure image intact. Their vocals had matured, their harmonies had deepened, and their ability to convey emotion had grown exponentially. This period established Apink's signature approach: evolution through addition, not replacement. They didn't abandon their innocent concept to chase trends. They expanded it, showing that purity could be sophisticated, that sweetness could be complex. As their domestic success solidified, Apink began looking beyond Korean borders. Their Japanese expansion during this period proved their appeal transcended cultural boundaries. Remember, in 2015, introduced nostalgic elements that would become another Apink trademark. The track perfectly balanced wistful melodies with their characteristic brightness, creating something that felt both familiar and fresh. The choreography incorporated subtle emotional storytelling, showing their growth as performers. Only One in 2016 marked their transition into more mature territory while preserving everything that made them special. The production was more sophisticated, the vocals more confident, but the essence remained unchanged. They had successfully navigated the treacherous waters between growth and identity preservation. The foundation they had built over 5 years was about to face its greatest test. By 2017, the K-pop landscape had shifted dramatically. third-generation groups dominated, with complex concepts and experimental sounds. Many second-generation groups had disbanded or faded into irrelevance. The industry whispered that Apink's time had passed. But Apink responded with 5. The music video showcased a group that had grown into full artistic confidence. Their vocals carried new depth and power. The choreography incorporated emotional storytelling that elevated beyond simple dance moves. Most importantly, 5 proved that Apink could compete with any current group while staying true to themselves. hayoung in 2019 became their bridge between past and future. The track represented their boldest evolution yet. Darker production, more complex choreography, sophisticated styling. Yet somehow it remained unmistakably Apink. They had achieved the impossible, complete transformation while maintaining their core identity. The track referenced their earlier hits while pushing into new sonic territory. The production incorporated modern elements without sacrificing their melodic sensibilities. The result felt like a celebration of their journey rather than a desperate attempt at relevance. The early 2020s became a graveyard for second-generation groups. Contract expirations, member departures, and industry pressures ended careers that once seemed unshakable. Group after group announced disbandments or indefinite hiatuses. Apink faced this storm head-on and emerged stronger. Dumhdurum in 2020 showed mature Apink at their peak. The track combined sophisticated production with emotional depth that could only come from years of experience. The choreography showcased performers who had mastered their craft completely. The music video presented Apink as fully realized artists, confident, elegant, powerful. They had transformed from the innocent girls of 2011 into women who commanded respect and admiration. Their 10th anniversary in 2021 became a celebration rather than a funeral. Dilemma in early 2022 proved they could still create compelling music that honored their legacy while embracing contemporary sounds. The track showcased vocals that had reached full maturity and harmonies that could only come from a decade of singing together. But their greatest test came in April 2022 when NoNoNo left to focus on her acting career. Losing a core member and a visual center could have devastated most groups. Instead, Apink demonstrated the strength that had carried them through every challenge. They adapted and continued. By 2023, Apink had achieved something unprecedented in K-pop history. They had become legendary. Continuing as 5 members after NoNoNo's departure, they proved their bond transcended business arrangements. Their chemistry remained intact, their musical quality unchanged, their appeal undiminished. Their individual successes during this period told the story of a group that had nurtured talent beyond their collective identity. Cho-rong emerged as a variety show favorite, her leadership qualities and natural humor making her a sought-after guest across multiple programs. Bomi found her niche in both variety and acting, showcasing comedic timing that had always been present but finally received proper recognition. Eunji established herself as one of K-pop's most successful actress transitions, starring in hit dramas like Reply 1997, Sassy Go-Go, and Work Later, Drink Now. Her solo music career produced hits like Hopefully Sky in the spring, proving her artistry extended far beyond group activities. Namju pursued solo music that showcased her unique vocal color and artistic vision, releasing tracks that explored different genres while maintaining her distinctive style. Hayoung developed into a variety show regular and successful individual performer, her natural charm and improved vocals making her indispensable to the group's continued success. And their subunit activities and special projects during this period showed a group that had learned to maximize their strengths while supporting each other's individual growth. The influence of their 14-year journey became undeniable. Newer groups cited Apink as inspirations. The pure concept they had mastered and evolved became a template that countless groups attempted to recreate. Their vocal harmonies became a standard that training programs used as examples. 14 years in K-pop means revolution disguised as survival. Apink became the immortals who rewrote the rules of longevity in K-pop. From innocent beginnings to sophisticated artistry, from 7 members to 5, from pure concepts to mature themes, every chapter of their story became a masterclass in evolution without compromise. They proved that authenticity outlasts trends, that genuine chemistry survives industry pressures, that true artistry transcends generational changes. In an industry built on rapid turnover and constant replacement, Apink chose permanence. Where others chased viral moments, they built lasting connections. When critics declared their concept outdated, they expanded it into something timeless. They didn't just survive 14 years in K-pop. They shaped what those 14 years meant for everyone else. Apink dared to be bold. Will you?